Welcome back, East Texas. We're joined now by Justin and Robert with the Pollard Theater. Thank you so much for stopping by here today.
For sure. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, so they're going to tell us a little bit about a new production coming up, The Foreigner. So what's this play about? Well,
we're really excited about it. So The Foreigner is being put on by Pollard Theater Center, which is a part of the outreach ministry for Pollard United Methodist Church, which is right next to Pollard Park here in Tyler. And so The Foreigner takes place in a rural Georgia lodge, and our title character, Charlie, is going through some stuff at home, and his wife is actually passing away. And so to cheer him up, his military mate, Sergeant LaShore, brings him to this lodge and in hopes of cheering him up and raising his spirits. But Charlie doesn't want to talk to anybody. He kind of just wants to be by himself and kind of go through his own process. And so in doing that, his friend tells the owner of the lodge that he is a exotic foreigner and he can't talk to anybody because he doesn't understand English. So from there, it kind of goes through this hilarious hijinks of him not being able to understand people, so he's quiet, and while all these characters are coming through and kind of divulging all these secrets and what's going on in their lives, and sometimes uncovering nefarious plots and all kinds of things like that. So it's a lot of fun.
It sounds like it. So kind of how big's the cast for this? And is there an audition process?
Yeah, there was an audition process. There was open auditions. They have open auditions for anyone that wants to come down and be a part of it. The cast size, it's pretty small. It's so like 5 to 6, something like that. And so it's a nice little group of us together.
So I know some parents at home, you know, the kids might be, I want to go see a play. Would you say this is for all ages, or maybe an older crowd?
Yeah, I would say it's definitely a production for all ages. It's a very unique experience for us, as we're doing this as a theater in the round style, so everybody has an opportunity to participate somewhat because they're very intimate and close with us. They're practically sitting on stage with us for most of the production, so it's definitely something for all ages. It's very well written, excuse me, and a lot of comedy, and I think everybody would enjoy it.
Yeah, Larry Shue is the playwright, and he's done, I was actually in another show that he wrote called The Nerd. He's very witty, and it's very, some of it, the comedy is quite absurd, especially when you have someone that's pretending not to speak English, and so there's several points where he basically creates his own foreign language because the characters in the show, they don't really understand any type of foreign language, and so it just sounds foreign to them, so they're like, oh, this must be a foreign language, and so it's been a lot of fun, and it's really funny.
That sounds funny. So where'd you draw inspiration for that character then?
So I play Ellard Sims, which is a brother of Catherine, who is the heir to kind of the bed and breakfast once it goes through. And so I play kind of the slow character that is constantly berated by Robert's character and kind of made to feel more dumb than I might be. But it's been quite a process to pull through, and Robert plays David.
Yeah, I play Reverend David Marshall Lee. He's very much a calm, cool, and collected character, and not to divulge too much of the show so that y'all come see it, but he's constantly kind of a manipulative character, as we find out towards the end of the show, and like he says, I'm very kind of conniving and sly, under the table type things.
Yeah, and Charlie, who kind of picks up on all this because everyone just kind of divulges their secrets and talks openly because they're like, oh, he can't understand us, and so he kind of gets all this information and realizes there's some things at play, and he's got to decide what he's going to do about it. So
sounds really interesting. Yeah. Where can people get tickets for this?
Right. Right now, they can get tickets on showtix4u.com, which is SHOWTIX, the number 4, and then u.com. Just put in Pollard, and it'll prompt them to pick the production of The Foreigner. And then they can also call the box office, which is 903-521-0069.
Yeah. All right. Thanks to the two of you so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
Thank you.